we have a friend in the comedy community around Lima and Fort Wayne. His name's Joe Deez, and he's always been great to us. He's always did whatever we needed, basically. I mean, we've worked together on various projects. And, well, he has some regular shows he does around the Lima area. And he tries to bring different comics around. And he brought, a while back, last Gromy show taping, he brought a comic to us. His name was BK Irons. And he was a funny dude. And he is a funny dude. But basically, Joe was putting on a stand-up comedy event, and it was a clean show. Now, you've done comedy before, and if you don't want to work a clean show,
I just turn it down.
Yeah, just turn it down. Don't work the show. Well, essentially what happened was at this location, they were at one point allowed to swear or say whatever they want. But what happened was a family, it's at a kind of a public place. I don't want to mention what it is, but
Okay.
it's a public place where families will come in and stuff at certain times, but they were allowed at certain hours to say whatever they want. Well, at some point, this business got a bad review based on some children of somebody walking through the comedy area and hearing vulgar stuff. So online, they received a bad review. So they said, well, if you're going to do this here still, we can't have this. Well, Joe was throwing one of these events. He invited BK Irons and a few others. And now I only know what I've seen and what I've read. But apparently there was a different comic that went up there and started saying shit a bunch. And Joe confirmed this. He said the guy went up and started cussing. Well, he won't be on the next show. They canceled him off of the whole thing. He won't be performing there any longer. But then BK gets up.
Not there, right? But I mean,
not there.
Yeah.
Not at that show. He wasn't even calling him off for everything. He just took him off of that one. He won't be back there.
Oh, okay.
He didn't follow the rules. But BK comes up and he starts. He asks the crowd, "Who wants me to be clean?" And nobody really said anything except for Joe, who in the video you can hear say, "The entire establishment."
Yeah, I did catch that. I laughed. I was like, okay. I didn't know that was Joe, but that's funny.
Yeah, and so he goes, "Well, who wants me to cuss tonight?" or whatever. And then BK had brought like 20, according to Joe, he brought like 20 people, his friends and stuff. And they were like, yeah. And then Joe starts walking up to the stage because he's gonna be like, "You can't do that. I'm gonna have to pull you. If you start swearing, we had an issue. We want to keep doing these." Basically, well, I would assume. But now I saw a screen capture that Mr. Irons had put on his Facebook page, and it was of a conversation between him and Joe, where Joe had said, this is the exact quote, I wrote it down. "Just if you swear, ask the entire staff first. Please keep it as minimal as possible and make sure no kids are around." That was on December 17th. Sorry about that. But this show was just 3 or 4 days ago, like the 23rd or something.
Mm-hmm.
So sometime in between there, I'm assuming, is when they got that bad review and things changed, because they have one every week. So, and I assume, but what Joe means by that is to personally go up to the staff that's there and say, listen, my set's a little rough. I swear a little bit. Is that going to be all right? Is that a problem? Do we have a lot of children here? Work it out with the staff beforehand. Not ask your buddies on the stage who are going to.
Can I interrupt? Can I interrupt for just a second? Because here's my problem already with this. If you've got to go through all of that, then you should just have declined the show. You know what I mean? Like, I know what I do, and I would not be able to do that. So. I would have to go, "Thank you, sir, for inviting me, but my act is for adults, and I'm not going to be cutting out things that I think are funny to do that." Right. So what this guy, like that's just, insane to me that he even was like, "Oh yeah, I can do it," and then realized he couldn't do it. You know,
Right.
I mean, why jump through all those hoops if you know you can't do it? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I don't
right.
understand.
You should have known from Jump Street. I can't clean my act. I can't do a clean set. My act does not. Does
or
not
I don't
work
want
that
to.
way.
Like, I could probably do one, but I don't want to. I want to do what I think's
Right.
funny, and I'm not going to censor it. And there's some people that are great clean. I'm not talking about bad.
Some
about
people
it all,
can
but,
go back and forth. Some people shouldn't do it at all. Shouldn't even try it.
But this guy clearly had a problem with it from the get-go, which seems to me like he was going to agitate this on purpose. It sounds like to me, in person.
Right.
But go on.
Like he didn't like that there was that rule there at all.
Right.
And now his BK has posted what his his view of the night was. It follows up pretty much until it gets to where he says that Joe was saying, "Motherfucker, give me the microphone. Motherfucker, give me the microphone," because Joe goes up to the stage. Now, you've seen the video. Did that happen?
No.
No. What I saw was Joe came up calmly, collectively, and if he was saying those words, he was not saying them loud enough for anyone else to hear.
He was either whispering or saying it in his brain. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I was watching the video. All the audio is audible. Joe walks up. He's dead silent. He has the microphone stand in his hand, and he's standing there like waiting for the guy to be done being silly. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And
so,
didn't BK throw the mic?
Yeah, he threw the mic off the stage. And then
Joe looks at the mic. Yeah, Joe looks at the mic to see if it's all right, and then that's right when he hits him, like right in the side of the head. And it was crazy whenever I saw this video. Now, BK says that he has a copy of the video. He doesn't have the video I have, whatever it is, because that was something Joe sent to me. So I'm assuming it's some sort of cell phone video. So they don't even capture the best part of the video because they ran out. Whoever he has video from, they ran out of the venue. Yeah. The best part of the video is when at the very end, after Joe collects himself, he stands up, gets to the mic, and he says, "All right, everybody, let's hear it for BK Irons."
You know what? I've always liked Joe, and I've got to tell you, man, that was some fucking stellar stuff right there. Because I would have not went on. I would have been like, "This shit's over. Everybody, get your stuff. Get the hell out of here." He goes right back up and says, "Give it up for the guy that just punched me in the face," and then, "Are you ready for your final act?" And this guy came a long way to be here with his face swelling. And I was like, you know what? Yeah. That's a fucking professional right there. Oh, and I would say that at the venue. I would go there and I would say that, but I wouldn't be allowed to. So I would just say, I'd have to say, that's a consummate professional right there. Yeah. Because of the cuss words. So.
As soon as we can, we do have the video, and as soon as we can release it, we will release it. But BK claims that he has this video, and he will release it when his comedy page reaches 7,500 likes.
Oh wow!
He's at six.
What's he at now? 7.
He's at 6,126. So he has a little ways to go. But I'm betting our video pops out.
He's got 6,000 likes though.
Yeah.
Jesus
he is
Christ,
a funny guy.
He
is a funny
guy.
Get
working.
he is a funny guy, but he's also kind of full of himself a little bit more. And it honestly,
kind of. Well, yeah, he's a funny guy, but he's also got anger issues. Apparently,
oh yeah, well clearly,
he just decks somebody in the face for no apparent reason. You know,
well, where's the professionalism?
I don't know.
Honestly, if you disagree, just leave. I mean, what the hell?
Yeah.
You don't have to, and they've been called. I've seen several things. They've called Joe an Uncle Tom nigger. I see.
Jesus on one Christ!
Post. And there's a meme. I showed you the meme where it said, "What does it say?" Oh fuck! It's got like they put a dot in Joe's head.
It said something about I know a terrorist when I'm half. I may not be half black, but I know a terrorist. When I see one,
it says half black my ass. I know a terrorist when I see one. And it's got a picture of Joe Deez, who's a caramel skinned black fella. And he's got a red dot in the middle of his head, which is Hindu.
Yeah, now, that's a completely
different thing. First of all, that's an ignorant fucking thing. Joe pointed that out to me. I didn't even catch it at first because I was so like crazily offended. But
I thought it was a sniper thing.
Oh, it might have been. It might have been. If so, that makes more sense because there are 0 Hindu terrorists in the world.
Yeah. Right.
0.
I just didn't understand it. Like I got the story still, and I still don't understand it. But when you sent me that video, I'm like, Joe's a pretty nice guy. I don't know what. Like, I was like, am I missing something? Like, why would this dude just punch him in the face instead of just going, well, fuck this, I quit.
So many crazy fucking ideas about this. There's, first of all, people saying that it's a racist thing. Joe's fucking black as far as I'm concerned. What's it matter? Ultimately, there's this other piece of the puzzle where Dan Fraley, you know Dan, he's a comedian,
also a very funny guy. Yeah,
somehow there's threats towards Dan also because there was a video. I was gonna pull it, but he removed it from his page already. But where he threatens to kick Dan's ass.
Why? Dan Fraley,
I don't know, man. It's like.
God.
Joe was literally trying to help this guy, and as far as I'm concerned, is Lima comedy? Who brought comedy to Lima? Fucking Joe Deez, right? He was the one doing it. He was the one kicking.
Well,
busting his ass
his
around.
Wife Gina, they both put a lot of work into it. Joe and Gina together, and Dan, I mean, I had no idea there was even a big comedy scene up there until I met those 3 people,
right?
And they both put their heart and soul into things,
and they bring people from all over, and they're good people to work with. And I cannot fathom someone who was on the helping end. Joe was helping him get his name around.
Yeah.
I know that he had his following beforehand or whatever. I'm not discounting anything, but we all try to work together in this community that we've built, and everybody from, whether it's us or a band we've worked with or a comedian, we all band together. I mean, and if there's going to be a split in the comedy scene, that's kind of fucked up. I mean, it's just it's burgeoning. It's not. There's nothing there to split yet. It's still building. There's finally people coming out and noticing shit. But just wild.
And, just on my end, from what I notice out here, in Columbus, even so. I mean, Lima's smaller than Columbus. That's a fact, right? But they have better networking out there than we have here in Columbus because everybody here in Columbus wants to. It's like a fucking gladiator competition out here.
Right.
Like they don't want to help you because they want to be the best. You know what I mean?
It's like a town. It's like a town full of pizza shops.
Exactly.
Nobody wants to help each other out.
What I've done is band together with a little group of people, and luckily I've met Ace Mays, who is he does sound for several bars, and he's given me the opportunity to create my own shows. Now it's a lot of work. I'm not going to lie, but
I know.
At least I don't have to backbite, to do my act. I can just go, here's my show, and if you enjoy it, great. If not, fuck off.
And you can see that from what you're doing, it's paying off.
Yeah, I think it is.
I mean, in the end, it's paying off, and
well, I tip my hat to Joe. I mean, like I said, after I watched that video, I watched it twice, not because of the thrill of it or anything weird, just because I couldn't believe that he got right back up after that and went right back into it. He's got all my respect, and I'm sure Lima Land Comedy will be, around without Mr. Iron, whatever the hell his name is, Ironsides. Whatever his name is.
More power to him, man. Let him go out and make his way. But I heard he's already blacklisted at the Funny Bone because of this incident. Now, I don't know for sure, but once you get... That's the biggest club in Ohio. I mean, you can make your own path. We've been doing it for, 3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
Digging our own path, but it is a long struggle. And I can't believe it. It's like one of the craziest things that I've seen come out of, just wild, man. Anything that I've seen caught on tape like that within our local area,
Right.
But yeah, I wanted to talk about that, and we will be having. I'm hoping within the next couple of weeks we'll be able to get Joe and Dan into the Takeover studio and talk about it. because we do have some other stuff we have planned for that. If everything falls in line, it'll be a bang-up show.
Looking back on a younger man, long ago and far away, living in an age of innocence, in the shadows of a brighter day. Time stood still and it never seemed that our worlds could grow apart. It was all for one and one for all, straight from the heart. Warm summer rains that we hoped would never end, wash away